What'd you tell him?
Told him what he told me to tell him. Told him when I was in sanitation. They didn't go for it.
Sanitation.
Yeah.
I told you to tell him you was in a sanitarium, not sanitation.
When did you tell me that?
Come on. You should have kept your mouth shut anyway.
Oh, okay.
They'd have thought you was a horse and let you out.
Why can't you learn a new language? Your brain needs hard evidence demonstrating that your target language is a worthwhile target for you. This evidence comes in the form of pairings of A, the target language, plus B, important comprehensible input. Language does not exist in a vacuum. Language describes things. Comprehensible input is just jargon for things described by a language. The important qualifier is the part that everyone misses. Comprehensible input that is not important will not help you acquire a language. By pairing the target language with important comprehensible input, the brain identifies the target language as an important and worthwhile target, and the learning finally begins. So what's a good example of important comprehensible input? Important is subjective. What's important to one person may not be important to another. So you have to take into account the point of view of the subject to whom we're claiming the input is important. How about a mother's face from the point of view of her toddler? I'd argue there's no better example of important comprehensible input than that. A toddler is completely helpless without his or her mother. It's no coincidence that the first words most humans learn are mama and papa. You can now also see why it's no coincidence that children learn language more easily than adults. Sure, it has been scientifically proven that you have less and less neuroplasticity as you age, meaning young people's brains rewire more easily, especially when it comes to coarse or large-scale rewiring. And sure, young people have higher tolerance for ambiguity, meaning they are able to focus more on the parts that they can understand without getting too hung up on the parts that they cannot understand. And sure, younger people are more playful, and being in a playful mood is very helpful for language learning. The list of reasons why young people learn language more easily is a long one, but the number one reason by far is one that is underappreciated by most people. It is simply the fact that their target language is naturally paired with important comprehensible input, because they are learning from their parents, and their parents are the most important entities in their lives. If you randomly sample language learning videos on YouTube, you'll find that most of them follow a pattern. Some nice lady stands in front of the camera and starts reciting definitions and sentences. These explanations are not couched in any context or narrative that you can easily engage in or care about. There is no deep connection between you and the comprehensible input. Same goes for the dry presentation of dry material in dry textbooks that the rest of you helpless language learners have your heads buried in. How to fix this? How to present the material in a way that makes it easier to more deeply engage in and connect with? We already know the answer to this question. There's no point in reinventing the wheel. The answer to language acquisition lies in high-quality movies, TV series, and other forms of entertainment. The emphasis here is on high quality. There needs to be good acting, good storylines. You need to easily be able to connect with the characters and the story, to suspend disbelief, as it were. Disbelief in the ultimate truth that what you're looking at is pixels on a screen, pixels that are in no way anywhere near as important to you as your mother's face when you were a baby. Now I know what you're thinking. You've already tried this many times before, but always end up having to constantly click pause, seek to the word you're trying to comprehend, and look up word definitions, which slows the process down to a crawl. Well, it turns out there's an app for that. If you go to morsolingo.com, you'll find an app that allows you to play content one sentence at a time. It also displays word definitions as you encounter them. If this is the sort of thing you've been looking for, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share.